So in this video, I want to walk you through the Inspire docs. So if you have a calculator of mine, you should have these Inspire docs on there. So we're just going to go into My Documents, go to the Chapter 5 files. And I want to just take you through the first one. Even though I had this one up here, this one really kind of does it all. So let's go ahead and click on this one. And we're going to go through this with the example or the problem I gave you from Thursday. Alright, so what we want to do here is just going to go ahead and hit Tab. Notice it's for the function x squared plus 3. We want to change that. So go ahead and hit Tab until, you might have to hit it twice, until you see this f2 of x show up, and then just hit the up arrow and it'll take us up to this one, and we just want to delete the 3 and put a 2 and then hit enter. So it's going to graph our function. Now what's up here is a slide for the number of subintervals. So if you notice, there's 10 rectangles here, so we have 10 subintervals. I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and just to show you, when the hand shows up, I'm going to press down on the mouse, and then I could slide it, so I could get it down to 4 rectangles. It's a little touchy, but just to show you what it goes up to, we can see we have 43 rectangles, 50, and if you're looking at the picture, you can see how this is changing. What I also want to point out is look at the approximate area compared to the exact area. So the more rectangles we have, what's happening? The closer those two values are getting. Now what I have over here is it's highlighted on the L. So this is a left rectangular approximation. Next I would have a midpoint rectangular approximation, and then a right rectangular approximation. The T is for something we're going to do later. It's a trapezoidal rule, so we're not going to worry about that now. But I want to go ahead and take this back down to just 4 rectangles, because this is what's going to help us with our problem. And as we get closer, I can just hit the left arrow key. Like I said, it's touchy, and just leave it at a 4. There we go. So we just want to leave it at 4. What I have to do next is, if you look over here, it's showing me over the close interval from 0 to 6. Well, I want this to be from 0 to 2. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. You might have to hit Tab or just click on the bottom half of the screen, and then go over to where point B is. Press and hold, and then we'll drag it over until B at the top shows 2. Alright, and then we'll click that. So if you notice now from our picture, we can see that we have a left rectangular approximation. Again, we have the exact area, and then this was the approximate. Now I'm going to go ahead and just click up here. So you might, when you go up here, you might just have to click so that's highlighted. And then I want to drag, press and drag over to the M. So this is the the midpoint rectangular approximation, and that was 6.63. Then I'm going to press and drag again over to the right rectangular approximation, and here we're getting 7.75. So this is a nice program to check your work. Now, if you don't have one of my borrowed calculators and I wasn't able to give you this document, there is a website. There's several websites you can go to. If you just Googled rectangular approximation calculator, several come up. So I want to take you to that here in a little bit. I want to walk you through, again, if you have my calculator, borrowed calculator, let's go to a calculator page. So I'm going to get out of this and just go to 1. Now we're going to define, so we're going to go to menu 1, and I want to define, I'm going to call this FRAM, so like a function of a rectangular approximation method. So I want to type in the letters FRAM and then parentheses X. So we need this to be typed in just like this. Then I'm going to hit equals, and my function was x squared plus 2. So then just hit enter. Next, we want to go to the library button. It looks like a book. off to the side here. So 2 buttons to the right of the 9 right here. I want to select that. And you should have this program in here. So we want to click on the LRMRAM program. It doesn't matter which one we select here. I'm just going to choose the first one. So what I'm going to type in the parentheses is first the interval. So we wanted to go from 0 to 2. So I'm going to type in 0, 2. Then you hit a comma, and we wanted 4 subintervals. So hit a 4. And then as soon as I hit enter, it calculates all of this for us. Notice we have the LRAM as a fraction, and the approximates were a terminating decimal, so that's nice. So we still see the 23/4 and then the 5.75. RRAM 31/4 or 7.75, MRAM 53/8 or 6.625. So that's what's nice. Again, as I mentioned before, let's go to a website though. So this is what I'm just showing you here. I just Googled at the top, rectangular approximation method calculator. This first one is fine. We can actually even go to this one. It really doesn't matter. They were both working out quite well. So if I scroll down on this one, there's so many rules here. I'm going to go down to just left rectangles. I want to type in my function. That is x squared plus 2. You could hit the caret key here. That's the shift 6 to give you 2 as an exponent. My left limit was 0. My right limit was 2. Number of intervals was 4. And then it calculates this for us. Here's our 5.75. Anything below it yet, you don't have to scroll down to see that. That's eventually what we're going to get to. I could change this to right rectangles, 7.75, or I could change this to the midpoint rule here. And there's my 6.625. Now we could also increase. So part of your homework, I'm going to give you a new function. I might want you to try this with 10 subintervals. And we calculate. I might want you to try this with 50 subintervals. So that's nice. We could do that. But as you're working on this, please let me know if you have any questions, or even if you find a different website that does this. So in the other video, I had your homework assignment. So now at the end, the new problem that I'm giving you, you can use this website to help you out. Please let me know if you have any questions.